The Last Bench Student, 5-minute motivational story. In a crowded classroom of nearly 60 students, there was one boy who always chose the last bench. Not because he was naughty. Not because he didn't care. But because that's where everyone believed he belonged. Teachers would look at him, shake their heads, and say, "Hopeless. He will never succeed. He doesn't have focus." Whenever exam papers were distributed, his heart would beat fast. Red marks. Low scores. Disappointed faces. His friends laughed. "Bro, at least try to pass. You're born for average life." At family functions, relatives compared him. "Look at Sharma Ji's son. See your cousin, always first rank. And you? Always last." Every word felt like a small cut. But he never reacted. He just smiled. And quietly went back to the last bench. Direct hit. One day everything changed. One afternoon, a teacher asked the class, "What do you want to become in life?" Hands shot up. Doctor. Engineer. IAS officer. Businessman. Then the teacher looked at the last bench. "You, what about you?" The class giggled. He stood up slowly. His voice was soft, but steady. "I want to prove that I can." The classroom went silent. It wasn't a big dream. It wasn't a fancy title. It was just a decision. To prove himself. Fire the turning point. From that day, something changed. He stopped arguing. Stopped complaining. Stopped blaming teachers. Stopped blaming luck. Instead, he started waking up early. While others were sleeping, he was studying. While others were scrolling social media, he was watching educational videos. While others were laughing at memes, he was solving problems. It wasn't easy. There were days he felt like quitting. Days when old doubts returned. You're not smart enough. You can't compete. You're a last bench student. But this time, he didn't listen. Because now he had a goal. Not to become better than others, but to become better than yesterday. Slow progress. Real progress. First test after his decision. Still average. Second test. Slight improvement. Third test. Teachers noticed. "Are you studying?" He nodded. For the first time, someone said, "Good." That one word meant more than 100 insults. Months passed. His marks improved steadily. Not top rank. Not first place. But consistent growth. And consistency is more powerful than talent. Hourglass. Not done. Years later. Time doesn't stop. School ended. College began. The boy who once sat on the last bench kept working silently. No noise. No show off. No excuses. Step by step. Failure after failure. Lesson after lesson. Until one day, he built something of his own. A successful career. A respected name. A confident personality. Not because he was the most talented, but because he never stopped. Microphone. The most powerful moment. One day, his old school called him. "Sir, we would be honored if you come as the chief guest for our annual day." He smiled. The same school. The same classrooms. The same last bench. As he walked onto the stage, students clapped loudly. Teachers welcomed him with respect. He looked at the last bench and saw another quiet boy sitting there. He began his speech. "I was once told I would never succeed." The hall became silent. "I was laughed at. Compared. Judged. Pause. But I learned one thing. It doesn't matter where you sit today. It matters where you decide to stand tomorrow. The entire hall stood up and applauded. Not for his success, but for his journey. Final message. Success is not reserved for toppers. It is not reserved for geniuses. It is not reserved for the lucky. Fire success belongs to the consistent. To the one who keeps going. When nobody believes. To the one who works. When nobody is watching. To the one who decides. I will prove I can. Direct hit moral of the story. It doesn't matter if you are sitting on the last bench today. Your future is not decided by your current position. It is decided by your daily actions. Because in the end, success is not for the talented. It is for the consistent.